This morning in today's checklist, some changes are coming for popular weight loss drugs. Less expensive versions of medications like Wegovy and Zepbound. They are soon going to be taken off the market. NBC News medical contributor Dr. Natalie Azar is here to explain why and what you can do if you're thinking about it. So, I mean, there's a lot of folks out there who use the generic version, right? Yep. So what does this mean for them?
So just to set the framework so everybody understands what's going on, when the FDA declares that there's a shortage of a brand name drug, compounding pharmacies are then legally allowed to make alternative versions, what we basically call generic versions of these medications. They are generally much more accessible. You can get them through telehealth pharmacies, medi-spas, and they're much cheaper than the brand version. But a couple of months ago, the FDA declared that the shortages of all of them, Ozempic, Wegovy, Zepbound, Mounjaro, was over. And they said basically that the makers, the compounding pharmacies, if you're a small compounding pharmacy, you have until April 22nd, which is today, to stop making semaglutide. If you're a larger pharmacy making semaglutide, you have until May 22nd. And the makers of tirzepatide, which is Zepbound and Mounjaro, that deadline already passed. So if you're getting your medicine from a compounding pharmacy, you may not any longer be able to after today.
So then what's somebody who's using these compounding pharmacies going to do?
So there are a couple of workarounds that the compounding pharmacies might try to do. For example, they may make different doses that are available by the brand. They may attach or combine, let's say, a vitamin like B12 to the medicine so it's something that's novel. But they're not technically allowed to, but it's also unclear if how much the FDA will and can enforce this new regulation. So what I would say to people is obviously check in with your healthcare provider, call the compounding pharmacy you're currently working with to see, are they still going to make it or are they totally stopping? And then we have to have a conversation about if you're truly unable to get these GLP-1s, there are older medications. Saxenda is actually also a GLP-1 injectable, but it's daily. And then there's these two other medicines, Contrave and Qsymia. They are pills. They're combinations of different medications, not right for everybody at all, different side effects. I'm not saying that they are at all like a good equivalent or a swap. And then there's also bariatric surgery. So, I mean, the bottom line here is there are options, but you need to be working with a weight loss specialist.
So, Dr. Nat, I mean, if you can't use one of these workarounds and you are no longer able to take these drugs, what are some of the side effects that folks should be mindful of?
So the thing is, and experts will say that they still don't know exactly why and who people regain, but most people can expect to regain around 2/3 of their weight. But I've had a lot of patients, 2/3 of the weight they lost, is kind of the average. But I've had a lot of patients who've had to discontinue for insurance purposes, but they stick with lifestyle changes and they're able to maintain some of that weight loss. Movement, obviously prioritizing whole foods and protein, and again, consulting with a weight loss doctor. I want to also point out quickly, I don't want to run out of time. This is kind of really important.
You go ahead.
For people who are still want to work with the drug companies to get the medications, both Novo Nordisk, which makes Ozempic and Wegovy, and Lilly, which makes Zepbound and Mounjaro, do have some patient assistance that is available to them. So, for example, for Wegovy, there is a copay card that if you have insurance that covers these weight loss medications, you can definitely get it at a discount. They also offer, for people who don't have insurance, both companies will offer like out-of-pocket, like up to $500 a month, which is still completely cost prohibitive. And I just think sort of like the bigger picture on this is that compounding pharmacies were never meant to be a substitute or be in competition
with
these Exactly. They're sort of like alternatives when the patient can't take a brand name. So this is kind of like a showdown that's not ending anytime soon. But again, for a lot of patients, this month, next month might be kind of difficult.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Natalie.
All right. Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.